Hi. It's been a while since I've done a reading for this channel, just a general energy reading, so I thought I'd do a quick one for the Lionsgate portal. So it's the 7th of August 2023. It's about 11:15, 10:15, something like that, in the evening. So tomorrow is the Lionsgate, but the portal's been open for a while now. So I thought I'd do a quick reading on it. And I've been feeling really motivated today, but over the last maybe 10 days or so I have felt very strange, very out of sorts. Felt a little bit like things were shifting, like things were, what's the word? Like timelines were splitting, I suppose. And very much like decisions and things that you bring into being over these last 10 days are going to have massive impact. And I felt the energy is quite difficult to push through, actually. Quite depressed at times, and lots of inflammation and pain as well in my body. So yeah, it's been a bit challenging the last 10 days. But I feel like, for me personally, I'm kind of through that energy, and things are hopefully starting to pick up again. In terms of my mood, and I mean, but this could be hormone, menopause, perimenopause related, rather than the energies that are around at the moment. But anyway, that's where I've been at. So yeah, I'm just going to draw a few cards. This is the Tao Oracle. I'm just going to see what the cards say in terms of the energies for the Lionsgate. I want that one, and that one. That one. Okay, so gathering together is the first card that came out. So this is a very, I've just had this actually come out in the last reading that I did. And the energy of this card, I was feeling very flitty, very kind of fickle energy of not being able to focus and settle and commit to one thing. So I feel like this is a very flitty energy, very scattered energy. And there's a need to actually try to pull all of your resources together to create something a little bit more focused and a bit more substantial, really. Like if you look at the image, there's all these trickles of water coming in from different directions, and they're gathering together. The name of the card is Gathering Together, and it's about collaboration and converging, combining forces, assembling and massing. So it's about moving away from kind of flitty energy of not focusing on this 1 minute and then focusing on that the next, and it's about kind of focusing your energy and pooling all of your resources together to create something more substantial and more kind of tangible, if that makes sense. Taking any ideas that you've got, ideas that might have been flitting around in your head, and actually now being able to bring them down to the table and say, right, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to do it, and start actually making something a bit more structured from it, and a bit more like I'm looking at the pool of water and there's movement, do you know what I mean? More able to actually flow and get things moving now, rather than just having ideas kind of swimming around in your head. So that's the first card. The second card is the Marrying Maiden. Compromising situations, subordination, succumbing to seduction, manipulation and low self-esteem. Okay, but that's what the words on the card say. But the energy that I'm picking up from this is a sense of entrapment, being entrapped. It's like a devil type energy where it's like the Ten of Swords, where you feel in your mind like you're trapped, but actually you've got the key. You know, you've got the power in your own hands. So she's holding in her hands the roses. The roses always represent to me, obviously, feminine energy, but it's the energy of growth, it's the energy of expansion. It's like the flower of life and creation. You know, she's holding the power of creation in her hands, but she just doesn't know it because she's got this sense of being trapped, where really that sense of entrapment is self-inflicted. And she can, you know, she can actually release herself very easily from these chains, as she can just focus on what she's holding in her hand and the potential that she holds. And then the third card, we have the arousing. This is like tower energy in this card. It's like the pressure has built up and built up and built up, and now something's going to give and it's going to crack. Something's going to crack. I just heard the word cracks in the veneer. Is that the word? When you know, somebody's wearing a mask and the mask starts to crack, and you know the pressure builds up so much that they just blow, and they show their true colours. So I'm getting a sense of kind of things possibly coming to a bit of a head for a lot of people. Reaching the point of no return, reaching the point where the pressure just blows, and it's that collapse moment, that tower moment. But it's energy that needs to be cleared, energy that needs to be cleansed, like in a thunderstorm, when the pressure builds up so much that you just need that storm to clear the air. Okay, I'm going to go to this deck now, the Prism. Prism. God, I can't talk. The Prism Oracle. And I may well go to the book with this deck, because I quite often do. They're only short little descriptions, but sometimes I like to go to the book. I'm not going to start ranting about it, but I'm writing an oracle deck at the moment. I'm co-creating an oracle deck with my friend Kerry, and she's created all the amazing art, and I'm writing the meanings for each card. And I've put in a lot of work, and you know what, if someone was to take that book and just chuck it away and go, don't need the book, I'm going to read these cards intuitively, then, you know, there's a lot of work that's gone into these books in the deck. So if you're intuitively drawn to go to the book, then trust your intuition and do it and see what's in the book, because there's a lot of wisdom and a lot of insight, and there might be something in there that somebody needs to hear. So I'm going to ask for 3 cards. They've just got one word on these cards. Let's get 3 words for the Lionsgate, please. Okay, so the first card is consciousness. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. You see that pattern on it? Consciousness, it's like levelling up, ascension, awakening. Also feeling the energy coming down, so downloads coming down during this Lionsgate portal. And then we have happiness. That looks red, but it's actually orange. It's a beautiful orange colour. And the final one, love. So, let's go to the book. Consciousness. is our ability to feel and sense what is around us and within us, and to tap into a deeper universal connection. Allow yourself to go beyond yourself and your ego. Tune into this consciousness deeply as you move forward on your journey. And I found that today, actually, identifying things within me, thoughts within me that have come from my ego, and allowing myself to let that go and become more present. So when you find your thoughts are kind of stemming from ego, just surrender, come into the present moment, release it all, and be happy with what you've got, and open yourself up to love in the moment. And that will just help you just stay in the flow as we go through this Lionsgate. So I don't need to go to the other two cards in the book. It's a nice little message. I'm going to leave it there, just keep this message short and sweet. Although I've actually just been drawn to this deck for one overall card. This is the Medicine Woman deck. The Medicine Woman Oracle. So let's just have one overall card for the Lionsgate energy from this deck, please. Ooh. That was my dog burping, sorry. Okay, so we've got sacred sexuality, the snake uncoiling, like the Kundalini rising. It's reminding me of this consciousness card. Sacred sexuality, reconnect with the source of your divine sexuality. Okay, so there's your overall message for this Lionsgate portal. Reconnect to your sacred sexuality. We've got some sacral chakra work to be done. Opening up to love. It's not a bad message, is it? I think I'll leave you there with that. Okay, bye.